This is a bit of an overview for your ISU, Independent Study Unit on Climate Change. You're going to see that there are 3 sections of content that you're going to be going through. And then the final section is the unit summary and assessment. Now, when you first open it, you may only have access to section 1. It depends if your teacher provides you with access to all the sections at once, or if they're choosing to chunk the unit into sections. If they are choosing to chunk the unit, you will only see the section number 1. And when you finish this section and submit this document, then your teacher will open the next section for you. Basically, each section is the same sort of formula. The big ideas are here, and some of the terms that you need to know are listed as well. All the textbook readings that are required are listed here, and you can just click on any of these and access the online textbook if you wanted to read those over or use those when you're answering the questions in the task. The assigned task is sort of the most important area here because it not only includes a video lesson, but it also includes the questions that you need to answer. And so you can see the instructions, the video lesson, and concept questions for this section. This must be completed and submitted once you've completed the questions. So if we open up this just for an example of what it looks like, you can see it's going to outline the different textbook sections that you're going to need. So these ones here, and then some instructions. Watch the video and then fill out the notes. So the video is generally on the 3rd slide. You can watch it. Now, if you wanted to open this up in one window and have it playing as you go through the other content, that's fine. You can watch it and make notes. It might be a suggestion even to print out some of these slides that have the questions ahead of time and have them next to you when you are watching the video or when you're reading the textbook to complete them, and then go back and fill in your answers afterwards. You can see following the video, there's just a series of questions, and it also says which textbook pages they refer to. So this one is 8.1, and so you can get these out of the textbook or from the video here. In some cases, it'll give you other instructions like highlight the correct choice. So you either have to highlight weather or climate. So please make sure you follow the instructions as you go through. Notice the dot here, it means we want our answers in point form, not long paragraphs. Just point form, although as descriptive as you can, but obviously fill it within this space. Don't take more than this area to complete an answer, please. And then as you go through it, you're going to see once you get through the different questions that you're answering, you'll eventually get to this slide, which says practice test. Now, for every section, there is a practice test as well. You have a certain requirement that you have to meet in order to be able to submit. So for section A, for example, you must get 11 out of 14. And when you do get 11 out of 14 or higher than that, you're going to screenshot your score and your name. And then you're going to put a picture of that here as evidence that you've completed the practice test. The practice test will always be in the 4th column here. So once you think you're ready and you've completed the questions in the slide deck, you can click on this and you can start typing in your name, selecting your grade 10 teacher, and then you're going to work through the questions in the quiz, okay? Once you submit, it'll tell you which ones you got right and which ones you got wrong. And if you did not get a score equal to the requirement or above, then you have to retake it. And you can keep retaking it as many times as you want until you get over this requirement. Once you get over the requirement and you put a picture in, you're welcome to check out the rubric of how we're marking. It's sort of a continuum, so minimal, most, or all portions, the quality of the answers, and evidence of the practice test. And then once you submit, your teacher will assign you a level on that section. Once you're finished that, you'll move on to the next section, and then the 3rd section. And they're all sort of the same formula. Finally, when you've made it through the sections and you've covered all the content in the unit, you will be moved to this final unit summary and assessment. There is a summary of all of the things that were discussed here. It's just from the textbook. And then there's a practice quiz that you can try out. Now, the final assessment, unlike the other ones where you could retake them, you only get to take this one time, and we'll take your mark out of 20 for your final assessment there. So that's how the ISU works. The expectation is the majority of this will be covered during your at-home days. Your teacher may be able to free up a little bit of time in class, but overall the expectation is it will be covered at home. You will be given the majority of the week before Christmas and the week after Christmas, and the project is due on Friday, January 8th, which is the end of the week after Christmas. If you wanted to use Christmas holidays to work on this, it's totally up to you. But there will be enough time in the week before and after Christmas for you to complete it as well. So you manage your time as you see fit. If you have any questions, as always, please email your teacher, and will help you through it. Thanks very much and have fun.